What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Sports Basement. I'm Zach here with Rahman and Ronoldy, bringing you a new week of Sports Basement. Now, it's Wednesday. We usually do Sports Basement on Thursdays, but we decided to do it a little bit earlier just to get, the games in and stuff like that. So, Rahman, what's our first game? What's our Thursday night game?
Our Thursday night game is the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots in New England.
Zach, who do you got in this game?
I'm going to go with the Patriots. They've been red hot lately. Even though Stephen Ridley and Gerard Mayo are gone for the year, I'm still going to go with them. I believe Tom Brady will pull out a victory. I just don't think the Jets have been that great.
I'm going to sit here and say I'm going to go with the Jets. Too many injuries for the Patriots. I don't think they can overcome those injuries. Those are key players that are injured now, and the linebacker and Gerard Mayo, and they're pretty dang on good running back, Stephen Ridley, and I just don't think they can overcome the injuries. I'm going to go with the Jets. Who do you have, Rahman?
Like Zach, I believe that New England is red hot right now and they can't be stopped, especially by a team that's weak this season, like the Jets. So our next game is Atlanta and Baltimore.
Rahman, who do you have in this game? I want to hear what do you got to say in this game first.
Yeah, okay. Are there any key injuries I haven't seen?
Atlanta versus Baltimore? Actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably going to steal this thunder from you, Rahman. Sorry about that. But you got Joe Flacco versus Matt Ryan. They're both drafted in the same draft class. Two quarterbacks with Matt Ryan not getting any playoff wins in his career so far. Actually, one playoff win in his career so far. And Joe Flacco with an amazing playoff record and a Super Bowl. It's actually pretty interesting to see these two young quarterbacks go at it. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I just think they had a phenomenal week last week with Joe Flacco going crazy with touchdowns, and I just think they're too strong, overpowered. So who do you have here, Rahman? Back to you. Sorry.
You said Baltimore, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just for those who don't know, I keep track of every single game. I, keep track of the predictions, and I just want to go over that real quick. We haven't done this in a while. So for our week 4, which was our first episode, I got 7 points, and I won that week. For the next week of games, which was week 5, if you're following the NFL, I won with 11 points. That's 11 games right out of however many. And last week, actually, we had guest star Eric, but he unfortunately didn't win. Well, not unfortunately, I guess fortunately. Zach won. And records right now, as of this week and as of the games played right now, Zach is 1-2. Ronoldy is 0-3. No wins.
Well, it's been tough.
And I'm 2-1. So, okay, so let's get back to this game. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to go with... You know what? I don't know who I'm going to go with. Zach, go ahead, take it.
I'm going to go with Baltimore, just because Atlanta's offensive line is shaky. They've been injured and stuff like that. And I just like where Baltimore's headed, that's all. And they're in Baltimore.
Rahman, decision made?
Matt Ryan's been playing pretty well. I mean...
Not really.
I actually don't. Well, they've been playing well, but do they win games? That's the question there.
I mean, overall, right now, Matt Ryan's the second overall quarterback with his stats right now, of course, second to Andrew Luck. But even with his impressive stats right now, I'm going to go with Baltimore. Just for the sole reason the team looks all together. They're all playing like one unit.
They played.
They didn't look good 2 weeks ago when they played Indianapolis, did they?
Guess not, but Indianapolis played a great. They had a great defense that game. They played a great defensive game.
Yes, they did.
Even though,
Joe
Flacco almost overcame that tough defensive pressure and almost made a great drive.
Almost only counts as horseshoes and hand grenades, Ronaldo.
It's pretty much true, as we saw on the record.
Rahman, next game.
Okay, next game is in Buffalo. We have Vikings and the Bills.
Da Bills.
The Bills. Vikings. Both playing cold weather stadiums. But that being said, I do not believe that the Vikings are good enough to beat the Bills. They came off a tough loss last week, man. They really played crappy. It didn't look good for anyone on that team. And the Bills, they have Kyle Orton. I feel like he gives them new life. So I'm going to go Buffalo.
He's going with the Bills.
Yes, I am. Who you got, Zach?
I already said it.
Oh, that's you? You're going with Buffalo too?
Buffalo, yeah. I'm going to go Buffalo. What's up?
Go Buffalo.
I'm going to go with the Bills too. They're
the Bills.
Second in their division.
The Bills.
They are second in the division.
AFC East. Yep, to the Patriots. And
do you think the Jets going to win the AFC East?
Never.
No chance.
Never.
No chance. 1-5 record.
How
Why does it matter?
How does that kill you inside, just to say the Jets aren't going to win?
Well, it hurts, but when it's the truth, I mean, it can only hurt so much.
I mean, like as of right now, I could say that the Giants aren't going to win our division. We don't have Victor Cruz, our main Eli Manning's main target.
About the Giants is good luck making the playoffs with the wild card. It's going to be tough.
It will be tough.
It will be tough
because it's going to be a shootout with the Eagles and the Cowboys. But let's go to the next game, which is the Dolphins and the Bears.
I'm gonna go with the Bears. I just think that their wide receiving core is just too great for what'd you say? The Bears and who?
Dolphins.
Yeah, too great for the Dolphins. And Ryan Tannehill, I don't believe he's been playing that great this year to start with. I think Jay Cutler gets this win.
I was actually last week I picked the Dolphins, and it's not like I was rooting for them or anything because they do play in the NFC East with the Jets, but it was pretty disappointing watching them lose because they had that game the whole way. They were winning 23 to 17 at one point at the end of the game, and they just blew it. They let it. Yeah, I know Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. He can make something out of nothing, but still, unacceptable. You gotta learn how to finish games. I gotta go with the Bears because the Dolphins just can't finish.
I'm gonna go with the Bears as well, and we're just gonna go to the next game. Saints
I wanted to say something
and
so dirty, but I couldn't. We're on air. Go ahead.
Saints and the Lions. That's in Detroit.
That's a tough one. That is because
This is going to be a great
when
matchup.
you think of Saints, it's just you think of Drew Brees and you think of all the success they've had in the past couple of years,
and they're just not the same.
You look at this year, they're just not the same. Exactly. I'm gonna go the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions.
You gonna go with the Lions? I'm thinking about. I hear what you're saying. You got the Saints. I just think the Saints.
Actually, no. You know what? No, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Makes sense to me because I'm gonna go with the Saints as well in this game. There's just something I just don't. I'm not confident in the Detroit Lions without Calvin Johnson. I know they can still score, but it's not the same. It's just that missing piece, which he is a huge part of that offense. And I feel like the Saints will be able to cover the receivers better, even though their secondary's good but not great. I just feel like the Saints will pull this one off. Drew Brees bounce back and get a victory down there. So who do you got, Mom?
For me, the Saints this year are going to be my sleeper team. Nobody's really looking at them like they're anything special, but I believe in them. They're second in their division to the Panthers, and I think they're going to get the W this week.
All right, cool.
So next, it's Carolina and Green Bay.
Carolina and Green Bay, this is going to be a good one. Carolina tied last week. They had to come back to get to overtime. They couldn't, either against Cincinnati, both of those teams couldn't finish. They ended in a tie, and Green Bay just came back. Green Bay on the comeback and following up against a good team, good defensive team, I'm still going to go with Green Bay. They just played too well to lose a game after having that great win last week against the Dolphins. So I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Who do you have, Zach?
I'm going to go with Carolina simply because I just like Cam Newton, Kelvin Benjamin, and Cam Newton and Greg Olsen. I mean, that's just they just go so well together. They have great chemistry, and I just believe that Green Bay does not have a great defense.
They don't.
Not at all. And I think that the Panthers' defense should be able to hold against the Green Bay offense.
Yeah, but one thing I have to say again, to contradict you is how do you think that the Panthers' defense is going to stop Aaron Rodgers? How are they going to do that? How do you see that? How do you see that playing out? Do you see them really stopping them?
They're going to put a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers. He's going to choke.
You
Plain
think so?
simple. Absolutely.
All right, we'll see. Who do you got, Vermont?
In Lambeau, I'm going to go with the Packers.
And it's in Lambeau. Lambeau.
Wow.
In Lambeau, they're going to beat them?
They're going to beat them in Lambeau? It's going to be tough to do. You know Lambeau's a very tough place to play. It's going to be exciting. I think that's going to be a game to watch, a must-watch game on Sunday. Next game, Rahman.
It's going to be tough to decide whether that game's more interesting or this one. It's the Bengals and the Colts.
Bengals and the Colts. Zach, you said no A.J. Green?
No A.J. Green, no Marvin Jones.
No A.J. Green, no Marvin Jones, but they still have Mohamed Sanu, Giovanni Bernard, Andy Dalton. But I still am going to go with the Colts. The Colts have been playing great defense when they have to. They step up. That defense is the unsung hero right now for the Colts. Yes, Andrew Luck is Andrew Luck. We all know that. But that defense steps up when the game is on the line. They finish the game by getting turnovers or just getting a stop. I like the Colts right now. They're hot. They want to win, and they're getting wins.
With the
Colts.
lack of key players for Cincinnati, I'm gonna go with Indy as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Indianapolis too, simply because I just love their offense. I think it would just be too much for that Cincinnati defense. 1, 2, their defense has been really, really good on third downs, which I think is gonna become a key thing in this game. It's a must-watch game, and I think the Colts are gonna win.
Nice. All right, next game.
Okay, next we have the matchup of some pretty bad teams, but they both have some kind of hope. Not really. It's the Browns and the Jaguars.
The Browns are a bad team to you this
Browns
year?
are not a bad team. The Browns are not a bad team. This is the second week in a row you talk down on the Browns. I personally think it's funny that you don't believe in the Browns. They win games now. Brian Hoyer is clearly the answer. And the Jaguars are the Jaguars. Nobody believes in them because there's nothing to believe in besides Blake Bortles. It's an obvious pick choice for me, the Browns. Don't even have to say anything. What do you guys have?
Even though I've been down talking the Browns, I'm gonna go with the Browns.
All right.
I've been down talking them, but honestly, Jacksonville is not looking good at all.
Yeah, but the way you're saying is basically saying that Cleveland's not good, but they're good enough to beat the worst team in the league. Cleveland's better than they can beat any team in the league. They go toe to toe every single week.
I don't think that's a valid argument. I really don't.
You don't think Cleveland can beat anyone?
Not the Cowboys, not the Eagles.
I think they can beat the Cowboys. Their defense steps up when they have to.
What are you smoking?
I'm not smoking anything, sir. I believe that the Cleveland Browns, when they need to play, when the pressure's on, they step up. I don't know how they do it. I don't know where it comes from. They just step up. They know when they have to step up, and they do it well.
So they can beat any team.
Yes, I think they can
They
go toe
didn't
to
beat
toe.
Pittsburgh. They didn't beat Baltimore. Why?
They did beat Pittsburgh last week. Why? Simple mistakes. Simple things. A football game is decided by
Okay.
one
They
thing.
didn't beat Baltimore. Why? Good.
A simple turning point. You don't score enough points. You don't get that first down. That penalty. One key thing to determine. Are you trying to say that the best team always wins?
Are you trying to say that the Browns are the best team in the NFL?
I'm not even close. Personally, I think the
Then
best.
why did you say that the Browns can beat any single team?
well,
then?
no, with
Then
your
your argument is
reason-
the Browns are the best team. Then.
with your reasoning
I'm
right
arguing
now,
that
with
the
your
Browns-
with your reasoning, you're pretty much saying that any single team can beat any team.
Well, no, you're
even
saying that the
a
Browns
team
can
that's
beat any
completely-
single team. I don't believe they can beat a team like the Cowboys right now, or even the Eagles.
Well,
They can't. I don't even think they can beat.
That's like saying Jacksonville can win any game.
they can. Yes, you saw it last week. They almost won. And
Almost.
And the Raiders too.
Almost.
That shows that they can do it. Teams lose in the NFL because they have that one piece that's missing here and there. Jacksonville they happen to have more than one thing that they're missing. Cleveland aren't really missing anything. Their defense is good, their running game is solid, and they can throw the football now. They score touchdowns, they win games. They play great. They haven't been the only game that hasn't been close was in their favor against last week against the Steelers.
Hold on. I don't think we got Zach's prediction.
Who do you have, Zach? After all that being said, who do you have?
I still got Cleveland. It's only because they're playing
Yeah, but
Jacksonville.
all I'm trying to say to you guys is that Cleveland's a team that you might not want to. If you just need to win one more game to get to the playoffs, you might want to avoid Cleveland because they can be that team to kick you out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
They're
because you
that
could
good.
definitely change your schedule. But anyway, it's gonna be the Seahawks and the Rams in the next game.
Seahawks and Rams. The Rams are a good team with a quarterback that struggles in the key moments. Seahawks. They don't struggle in key moments. They might always
last week.
they might not always be able to score, but they're the better team in this game, and I believe that they're good, way better than the Rams in this game. Seahawks.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks as well, just because I feel like, they're just a better team overall. I really don't have any other thing to say. Well, they're in the same division, so I guess that could be some kind of competition, but who knows, honestly.
I'm going with the Seabirds.
Seabirds.
Next game.
Next game, it's Tennessee and Washington.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee, and I'm not gonna give a reason. I'm gonna have Ronoldy do that for me. Unless he's going with Washington, I'll give a reason.
I'm gonna go Tennessee as well.
Okay, why?
I'm gonna go with Tennessee too.
Why?
Tennessee is
Doesn't
gonna win
matter.
this game. Tennessee's gonna win this game because Kirk Cousins doesn't know what to do in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's one reason that I was thinking of. What's the next?
Another reason is, where in the world?
Charlie Whitehurst. That's all you gotta say. Just say Charlie Whitehurst.
What about Charlie Whitehurst?
Just say his name.
Do you think he's good enough to beat beat the Redskins by himself?
Absolutely.
Oh god.
You believe that?
Absolutely.